Everybody, move your ass. Come on, baby, move your ass.
You're gonna have to move it.
Evie, Evie, I just want to pet you. I can't stop petting you. Evie, move, baby, come on.
That's just how she rolls, man.
Yeah. It's parked and she's there now.
Thank you.
Oh, you picked the. All right.
Poor girl.
I don't want to back up and hurt you. I really don't.
I'm
I have no
sorry.
space here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Episode 51. Got the news. Years and queers.
Nicktoons.
Nicktoons. Oh, that was recorded.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Good. All right.
Oh, we got it.
It's probably there.
No more to swipe off.
It's pretty easy to trim off the beginning if you need to. We could probably go back and do that for some of it.
That stays unedited.
We're gonna keep it raw, baby.
I meant it in just the strange way. All right, let's see here. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we're just like going with it, huh? No one for nothing.
No.
Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast, number 51. I'm Jerry.
Paula.
And I'm big.
I think this is going to be fun. We're going to get all nostalgic up in this one, thanks to, I guess, really it's Paula's fault.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we're going to ring in the new year with some Nicktoons.
Oh, yes, this is my fault.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
We're also going to drink some beer and talk about some things. So, I don't know why Paula came up with this one. Why, Paula? Why? Talk to us. Also, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
How are your balls?
My balls were good.
Yeah.
My balls were good. I just gave him a haircut. A good fucking lotion.
You got a manicure, man. I get it.
I'm very proud of what I've done. I love cartoons. And when we were coming up with topics, it just randomly just squirted out from my head space.
And I immediately loved it because Nickelodeon cartoons were, oh God, it's a type, we might have to do a follow-up with Cartoon Network cartoons after this one. Because I just loved them both so much. I wasn't really ever a huge Disney kid, but I did love Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So it's be fun.
Noise.
Yeah. You guys do anything exciting since we last talked?
I didn't. Just living life.
Just living life?
Very boring.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
I wrestled a bear.
Did you?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It's
Surprised this is the first, like an actual bear? You're talking about a large hairy gay man? Yeah, I caught you.
Yeah, he totally got me. He totally got me.
No judgment here. That's
His
fine.
name is Jerry.
Okay.
I just outed him too.
This
This is what we do on our Wednesdays, on our hump days. We wrestle.
We wrestle.
Greco-Roman style. Olive oil. and
Olive
everything.
oiled up.
This is why it's called hump day.
So our first beer is one that I'm not quite sure how it's going to taste, but I absolutely love the name of it. And I really like this brewery. They tend not to do us wrong. It is Oscar Blues Brewery, and the name of their beer is Guns N' Rosé. So I just thought that was super clever. And hopefully it'll be yummy. So Oscar Blues is out of, I'm pretty sure, what, Colorado? Somewhere in that general vicinity.
Sure.
Sure.
I can't disparage that or.
Well, it says Longmont, Colorado, Brevard, North Carolina, and Austin, Texas. So they actually probably have a few breweries, but yeah, I think they started there. 6% right here. We got a rosé ale with hibiscus and prickly pear. Whole bunch of stuff on their can. Paul, why don't you talk about the can? I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Oh, this can is so heavy.
There's still a little bit left in there.
It's a really cool, I want to say magenta outlining over the Guns. Is that how Guns N' Roses spell there?
Yes, they have that. How they have like apostrophes around the N and stuff. So it's, well, I mean, obviously it's a clear homage to the Guns N' Roses.
And it's very cool. It's very dark and neat, but that magenta really stands out. Didn't we try a rosé before? And we were like,
We had a
taking a shit
one-off
on it.
video on a rosé. I'm trying to remember which one it was right now. They actually retweeted our YouTube video and was like, "Hey, thanks for the try." So even though we didn't like it, they were super dope about just like, "Hey, still thanks for trying our beer." Because we didn't shit on it. We were like, well, we don't like it, but you might.
Yeah. Well, that's usually how we are. Yeah.
But I don't. It was a rose IPA.
Rose IPA.
That's right, because we did a chant.
Oh, that's okay.
What's it? What is the word? It's an independent sale. I see Canarchy on there. I don't know what that means, but it works like
Canarchy.
Canarchy. What's the
Non-Canarchy.
the Untapped about there?
So Untapped has this at an average rating of 3.47, derived from 1,271 ratings. This came out on Untapped October 24th, 2018, so somewhat recently.
Pretty new and already over 1,500 check-in. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that smell? So hibiscus and prickly pear.
Yeah, very floral, very fruity. Untapped has this classified. It says fruit beer underneath it. Oh, the color is beautiful. It's like a rosé wine. It's a
Makes
delightful
sense.
rosé
Makes
that saves the day. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what the story is. We tried to look it up on their website, and Oscar Blues doesn't have anything on their website that we could see with this beer. I mean, they have a list of every single beer. It's not very big, and this is not on it.
Mhm. Must be one of their limited release seasonals.
On the top of the can, it says, "When in doubt, pinky out." Pinky's up, SpongeBob. The higher the pinky, the fancier you are. And then, of course, they got the pack it in, pack it out about the recycling.
Pack it in, pack it out.
Actually, I don't think I do see the independent beer label still on here, but it don't matter. What do you guys think? Talk to me.
It's not bad. It's definitely nothing like the rosé IPA that we had before.
Definitely not.
The lingering taste it gives you is actually quite pleasant, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's clean. It's really nice. Sort of an alkaline or metallic-y kind of end to it on the tongue. I like it. Seems clean.
I really don't like it.
Yeah.
It has like the start and the middle aren't bad, but it has this really harsh, bitter finish to it that I don't like. It just sits on the back of my tongue.
I can see that. It's
Yeah.
not a fan.
Not a fan.
Okay. Maybe rosé's not for you.
No, and I wasn't really surprised. So this is not a take my judgment for it. If you've never had this kind of beer, if you think you'd like it, still try it. But I definitely don't like it.
I don't hate it, man. Yeah. If I were to rate this right now, I'd probably go even 3 on it. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but it's refreshing, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Paul?
I give it a 3.25.
3.25. It does get a little bit better with every sip, but I still don't like it. The one thing I will say, it was not expensive at all. It's only like, I got it at Brewers Haven, and $1.80 a can.
Not bad.
No, so not bad at all. Actually, pretty well priced. So with that said, I'll still give it 2.5. I love the name. Not a bad price, but I'm just ultimately not really about a rosé
Gotcha.
in any way. No way, rosé.
No way. Rosé.
No way.
Rosé.
Well, let's talk about some shit while we finish up this booze, huh? Do some news and some boozing.
News and boozing.
News and boozing.
Who's that is?
Damn, dude, that's totally it now.
So I guess let's get our beverage news out of the way because there are a few things. The first one is quite interesting. Our current government shutdown, partial shutdown, the longest now in history. Good job, guys. Doing great work.
Set some records, aren't you?
Yeah, set some records. But it's been affecting the beer world. We're kind of at a standstill to where we can't really release new beers.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Vic?
So the Alcohol, Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau is they're the ones who approve all the beer labels for wines and other spirits, and they happen to be a service of the U.S. government. So since the U.S. government is shut down, they aren't able to approve new labels. And that means that the craft brewers who brew their spring releases, any new cans they make, let's say another example would be Revision. They come out with a new label and a new can basically every other week.
All the time. Barbarian's another one that's always flipping them local wise. So there are a lot of beers or breweries that do that, and it's just God damn it, get your shit together, government.
Mm-hmm.
Get it together.
Get fucked together.
Holding American hostage at this
Mhm.
point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get political on here because I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Probably a follower or two. So I'm just going to not, but get it the fuck together.
Did they take your baby?
They
The government came.
and took my baby.
They took your germ.
They took your germ. They did take your germ.
They did take their job.
Yeah.
True story.
Oh shit.
Oh, too soon, Paula, because it's still happening.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. So I'm reading. I got this story from NPR. It came out a few days ago, and it says that this particular part of the government, Alcohol, Tobacco, Tax and Trade Bureau. That's a lot to say. Jeez. They processed over like 192,000 label applications in 2018 alone, which works out to be something to be 93, 94 different labels for applications every day.
Every day. Wow.
Yeah.
What's it say? 3,000 applications coming in every week, so more than that even probably.
Yeah. At that point, yeah. I was remembering a different statistic I had read. Yeah. So it's. Yeah, so and the deal too is when the government does come back, they're going to be so backlogged with so many applications that it's still going to take a long time. There's a lot of brewers saying they just have beer sitting there, and then they can only brew so many beers right now because they don't have approval to continue to go forward with it. So we're just waiting on the government to come back so that we can get our spring beers.
Yeah.
And then eventually summer, and then winter. It's just lame.
Mm-hmm. Also, I guess I just saw the first ever commercial announcing ingredients on a beer can, and that's from our fucking Bud Light. But they were making it. I love the way they did it because this commercial is one of those stupid old night ones, making it seem like they were doing the right thing by the people and it was all for the people and they were inventing the idea. Like it's an FDA regulation, motherfucker. Everybody's gonna have to start doing that. Why are you acting like this is your idea, you pompous little cunt?
Sure. Yeah. And like way to catch up too. A lot of craft brewers have already done that. I mean, like you should have got on board earlier. I mean, you're a massive brewery, so
just
get it together.
Motherfucker trying again to take credit for something that's not there.
Ain't no buddy of mine.
Ain't no buddy of mine. Quit drinking Bud Light, people.
Stop it.
It's fucking gross anyway.
Water.
It's a little bit of pee from an alcoholic.
It's true.
That is all I have for a beverage news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From there, good too.
So I guess that's just two things. But hey, that's two things.
But hey, that's two things.
Two things.
It's sterile and I like the taste.
Yeah, oh yeah, from Dodge.
Okay.
Do I like to drink my own urine? Sure. It's sterile and I like the taste.
Okay. Sorry, I was gonna plague my mind all night.
Well, I'm glad you got it out.
Hey.
And I'm glad you got it out. God, sad news, I guess. Well, I'm sad about it. I don't know who else would be sad about it. And one thing I really didn't kind of consider with the whole Disney Fox acquisition, Gambit, X-Force, and the Doctor Doom movie have all been shown.
Oh no.
Officially. I can't remember who tweeted it out. Some guy that works for some news thing that's actually quite popular in comic book news. But then Rob Liefeld retweeted it and confirmed. Yep. No X-Force, no Gambit, no nothing. No more spin-offs or anything until we figure it out because all the rights are going back.
God, this Disney deal, Fox deal is weird.
Yeah, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise, or maybe they'll pick it up and actually do it better. Who knows? But in the meantime, well, man.
Yeah.
And X-Force was supposed to start shooting in like 2 months. It was supposed to start shooting in March or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Huh.
Whoops.
What you gonna do?
They felt the snap, huh?
They felt the snap.
Their franchise
Their whole franchise died. I like that, Paul. I didn't even think about that.
Good call, man.
You just fucking snapped them all out.
It's part of the snapping.
Well, that's what people are calling it, the snapping. The snapping. What else? Oh, let's keep it within that sort of realm. This is one that I'm curious, and I wonder if you've heard about it, Paul, and maybe you have. Adam McKay is in talk to direct a Silver Surfer movie. for the MCU.
He was talking about that. Yeah.
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 What do you guys think about that? Do you think he'd get Norn Rad to be played by Will Ferrell?
I hope not. I love
Could you
Will Ferrell,
imagine?
But that's not your thing. Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane.
It's gonna be Rob Wiggle.
Rob Riggle.
Gosh, I wonder who would be Nolan Rad.
Norn Rad, for those of you that don't know, is the Silver Surfer. That's his actual name.
The Herald of Galactus.
Neanderthals.
I mean, I really want to see a Silver Surfer movie happen because I think his story is incredible and it would just be really incredibly done, especially if Marvel sort of moves out to more of the space cosmic version of things and could introduce a whole lot of new characters, but it definitely has to be done well and it has to be done well. So,
Who would you want to play? So speaking of them, let's do that. Who would you want to play? And I guess if Adam K does or somebody else directs it, Norn Rad.
Well, I can tell you straight away that the person I want doing like the motion capture for it, Doug Jones. For those of you who aren't aware, Doug Jones is the guy who's responsible for doing a lot of the motion capture and just physical movement for a lot of crazy
A lot of
creatures.
stuff with Guillermo del Toro
He was
and
in Pan's Labyrinth,
Hellboy.
Hellboy. Yeah, he was Abe Sapien,
Mhm.
and he was actually did the original mocap for the Silver Surfer and the second Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which he did a good job. That movie was not great, but he did a good job.
Yeah, that movie was not great. I don't think it matters too much, honestly. The thing about the Silver Surfer, and I love a lot of the comics and the stories, the sacrifice, but he's not really known for like charisma or personality necessarily.
Well, yeah, because it was taken from him. So I mean, there's that.
Exactly. So it's got to be somebody that can kind of somehow still have it without having it presented on the screen, but it kind of flows naturally, I think.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because I want the mocap to be the same person that's actually voicing them and stuff. So I kind of want a complete character that way, somebody that just truly owns Norn Rad.
Sort of like Bruce Banner, where doing the whole. Why can't I remember?
Mark Ruffalo.
Thank you. Yeah, he does the mocap and.
Like fuck, if he weren't already Black Panther, I think Chadwick Boseman would be a great, or whatever his name is. Is that his name?
Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I doubted myself on that name first.
Me too, yeah.
It sounds like such a white guy name.
So yeah, I was like, you struggling like I am with Mark Ruffalo, which is kind
I guess it's contagious. But obviously it can't be him. So it can't be somebody that's already been in the MCU. I really don't know. I should have put more thought into that question.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a tough one.
You got anything, Paula?
Oh, totally, dude.
No.
What do you got?
It's a no name.
Sure.
You think so?
Anyway, I think for really he needs to look him. He's like slender, tall, yet really toned.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
That's who I'm trying to think of
And
right
then
now.
just
So
get
probably
fucking
Zac Efron.
Morpheus to do his voice.
Morpheus.
Well, I mean, that was already the case. Lawrence Fishburne already did the voice, and Doug Jones did the physical motion capture for that in Silver Surfer.
Yeah, so they're already out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, they'll probably get Doug Jones back, honestly. He's the best there is.
He's so old now, though.
Yeah, but
Do you think he's the
It's
best
good.
there is?
I really do.
Because
yeah.
I would say that's Andy Serkis. When it comes to motion capture, Doug Jones is more the costume wearing sort of thing.
But when he gets into it, he changes, man. Like I've heard Guillermo del Toro talk about it. It's fantastic. And just the way that his performances are, like hands down, dude. I think he's the best.
He's the best around.
Nothing's ever going to keep him down.
Exactly.
I'm even trying to think of a wrestler now that could be Silver Surfer. Cesaro.
He is.
He's definitely got the build for it.
It's like somebody who's got to be effective in a very short amount of time. You really have to get on board and care for him. Like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, if you don't, it'll be lost.
I would care if it was Cesaro.
I would care as well, yeah. But like that's why that like the actor doing the performance at the beginning has to do an incredible job and get you on board like immediately, as well as like the way the story performed. But we'll come back to that.
We'll come back. That's pretty much right.
Oh, Patrick Wilson.
range.
Okay.
Because he's just great anyway, and he can pull. I feel like he would look it,
Mm,
I'm not mad at that.
and then he can probably do the whole mocap thing as well.
yeah, Paula, I think that's a good situation.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, always behind it. I think this would be the case even if old Morpheus didn't voice him in the first bit. But I just feel like it should be, for some reason, maybe this is racist, but it should be a black actor.
Black actor?
Yeah.
I always envisioned Norman Rand as like a whitish guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Totally the opposite for me. I've
Really?
always, even when I've read him, I always read him like, if this character were human, he'd be black.
Really? Huh. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of tan, so it could kind of go either way.
Right.
But I mean, it's interesting how we had our paths.
That is interesting.
They're more goo back in the comic. Sorry, goddamn. That's a made up thing, though.
I mean, we get it.
Mark sounds so hateful. Okay. So next beer,
What do we got?
we are going to do one from Lewis and Clark Brewing Company. This is their Miners Gold Hefeweizen. Have we had this on the podcast before?
I want to say we have.
See, why I looked at our check-ins and it wasn't there.
I know I've had this beer, and I swear to God we've had. Maybe we haven't had it on the podcast, but I just went to read the label and I remember how long this paragraph is. Maybe it was a different Lewis and Clark Brewing Company beer, or maybe Polygraph beer we've had.
None of us had checked it in then if we had it.
I don't know why I got so lazy at my untapped check-ins.
Yeah, remember it was your goal last year to get like
1,000,
1,000?
and then I just stopped.
Okay.
Well, now you gotta
Did
keep
get
doing it
there?
for my sake at least. I don't get
No, I
Yeah,
did
you
not
had.
get there.
Oh, okay.
Not even close. I don't know why I stopped. I think because every time I wanted to play catch up, like the list was just too big, too much work.
Yeah, you'd be sitting there for hours. It's a lot. Let's give this a taste. Yeah.
So this is probably their most popular beer. It's actually a pretty good Hefeweizen. I dig this one quite a bit. We got 5.8%. It's not the problem with some Hefeweizens that I have and why I don't drink them that often is they're kind of fluffy almost. They really sit and fill up in my tum-tums. So, but this one does not. This actually has kind of a nice, light, mellow sit, the way it sits in your tummy. What do you guys think?
I like it. It does sit really nicely. I understand what you mean by that fluffiness quality to it,
Mhm.
because it's got enough carbonation in it that it sort of sits really like openly and bubbly in your mouth, but it's not off-putting at all. It's quite nice.
We had the Back Country on here. They're
Oh,
Scottish
okay.
ale.
That's right.
So I think we had this one in private. We had the Back Country on there. Sorry, I just pulled up I had to go through there untapped.
Mhm.
It's driving me crazy. So I think you're forgiven, Paul.
Yo, fucking check your shit.
Check your shit in, bro. Yeah, tell us the untapped stats though.
Yeah, so this beer is sitting at 5.8% ABV, got 10 IBUs. It's got an average rating of 3.59 from 2,677 ratings. It's got 41 check-ins this month. So not too bad so far. Yeah. Actually, I think it's a little light, 41. We're on the 13th day.
Month's still early. Actually, we're about halfway through. Okay, well, let's rate it then, Paula.
I find this very refreshing. I like a good half. Good half. No, it's just a standard beer. If you go anywhere, you can just find a good half for the most part.
Agreed, yeah.
And for me, I rate this at a 3.5. You know, something that for me, it wouldn't be a bad in between beer.
Okay.
Because I usually like to start out a little dark,
Mm-hmm.
kick back a little bit, go to something a little bit lighter, go back a little bit stronger, something darker after that.
Yeah, you ride that train for sure.
Choo choo, ride it.
Choo choo.
I think I'd go right there with you, man. I think the 3.5 is right where it belongs. I like the ABV at 5.8. I like the mellow taste, the drinkability, the sessionability. Very sessionable.
Very sessionable, agreed.
So yeah, I could get down on that. I think a good, nice 3.5.
Yeah, I'll triple down with you guys for sure. Very sessionable, as you mentioned. Very mellow quality. I really enjoyed it. It's a good beer to have like any day of the year, I think. And it's
I wonder
like a quality.
how they would feel I'm usually kind of a no fruit in my beer kind of guy, but this one might be nice to drop a little lemon in it.
I was thinking the
Mhm.
same thing,
I'm
man.
curious how Lewis and Clark Brewing Company would feel about that. So if you're listening, let us know. Can we put lemon in your Hefeweizen or not? Because some breweries say yes, some say no.
It's like $1.75 a can.
Oh, very
Yeah,
well priced.
yeah.
Not bad at all. All right, last bit of news, a little bit. Let's kind of wrap it up here. And this is another one I'm curious to see what you guys think of. Eddie Murphy confirms Coming to America 2. I love the first Coming to America.
That movie's iconic, man.
Him and old Arsenio Hall. I wonder if Arsenio's going to be in this one. I fucking hope so. I'm going to be a little sad if he's not.
Yeah, you have James Earl Jones as well, too. Like,
Ooh, that would be fun if he made a comeback
yeah, he
too.
played King Joffrey.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty.
He's the dad.
Mm-hmm.
That is God. We watched that movie probably not too long ago, huh? Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, or something like that.
Oh, I've seen it a lot of times.
It's a
yeah.
really fun movie.
It's
I
still
like
holds
it.
up.
I think so too. I don't know why they're doing a second one though.
Well, Bobby, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess we live in the era of sequels, but
You know, I honestly haven't seen Eddie Murphy do anything like of note in a really long time.
well, he hasn't. I think he's been chilling.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, he hasn't done really anything since Charlie passed.
I don't think so. Yeah. So this would
The
be
Charlie.
kind of amazing to him. Yeah. The Charlie Murphy.
Fucking love Charlie Murphy. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this goes.
I wonder if he dedicated to the memory of him.
Yeah.
we would.
So I guess we'll see what happens kind of in the future, but I'm definitely nervous about it.
Me too. And like fucking Martin Lawrence, man. Bad Boys 3 apparently starts filming
Oh,
tomorrow.
that's fucking right. I saw that on because I follow the Will Smith on Instagram.
Oh
And I
yeah.
saw he posted a picture of him, and I was like, oh, wow, Martin Lawrence has aged a lot more than this.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's been
technically,
through
they've
some
aged to the
shit.
same amount, but
You
he
know,
wears it a lot more, that's for sure.
somebody's put his body through a lot more.
Well, somebody has a lot more money.
Mhm. You can afford to look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. So we'll see how that works. See what happens.
Indeed.
I'm more excited about Bad Boys 3 than I am Coming to America.
You know, yeah, I agree with
Because
that.
I feel like that's a cop out for like a franchise. You know, like now he has a family and shit. You know, yada yada yada. Just make this into like a multi-million-dollar movie, and hopefully people will watch it. So we can make a shit ton more sequels.
Well, I didn't care for Bad Boys 2.
That shit got real.
Yeah.
It had some moments, but overall.
Well,
So
if it
we'll
makes
see.
you feel any better, Gabrielle Union's not slated to come back. So there's that.
Yeah, but it's still going to be Michael Bay.
Is it?
I was going to say, isn't it? It has to be, right?
I don't think it has to be that.
Can we look into that? Is Michael Bay a part of this? Because if he's not, didn't he write and direct those movies, or did he just direct them?
That the first Bad Boys was actually the inaugural movie of Michael Bay. Like, and he sacrificed a lot for that movie. That Black Porsche, Michael Bay's.
Oh no way! The
in
first one's
beginning.
actually really good.
I thought he did a good job with that one. You know, he did Transformers and The Rock, and then actually really
Hey,
liked The Rock.
hey! I was gonna say.
I'm just joking.
Let's say that's my favorite Michael Bay movie is The Rock. I think.
That's rad. Yeah, no, I like Michael Bay a lot.
So he's not on it. Maybe. No.
Well, that was his producer.
Oh, that's
credits.
producer. Okay.
No, I don't see him doing Bad Boys 3.
Type in Bad Boys 3. See if we can see who the director is. Then. Sorry, not to be so bossy. So
Yeah,
bossy.
I know, you're
Boss,
just telling me
boss,
things
so
and
bossy.
all this-
Bossy! Oh, you are taking so long. Bad Boys for Life is what they're
Because we Bad Boys.
Directors Andy L. Arby and Bilal Falah.
Really?
I feel like when I said that, some people are like, those are made up names.
Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falal.
But they're real.
They are real names.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll wait to see what happens. But I'm not excited for this.
Oh man, Vanessa Hudgens. Joe Pantoliano's coming back.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
That was the captain. And no one else. Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right, cool.
You know what else is gonna come out here? A Superman Red Sun animated movie.
Right, right.
I've never read Superman Red Sun, but I know it's pretty much if Kal-El landed in Russia at the same time instead of in, Kentucky,
Mhm.
and grew up as a communist. Have you ever read it, Paula?
No. Yeah. No.
No, and I know
Yeah.
Vic and I haven't because we already talked about this off camera, but
Mhm.
we should try and find it and maybe do a reading of that and then watch the movie.
Yeah. I'm totally down.
There's
Sequel,
another
or-
animated one coming out, Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
The Fatal Five apparently an all new group of villains.
Belongs.
Yeah, whole new group of villains.
Oh man.
That took me a
So,
second.
villains, yeah. So obviously 5 of them. I can't remember their names right now. They were all kind of lame, but it's gonna be like it looks like it's based around a lot of the newer characters too. So it's got the Jessica Cruz Green Lantern, who apparently is a Green Lantern that suffers from anxiety.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you be a Green Lantern? All about willpower and have anxiety attacks.
Dude, people love her. People love her story.
She's
People
probably.
love all
Do
the shit
they?
she's been in now.
I think she's simply just a relatable like personality grab for a lot of folks.
I've never read anything with her, so I guess I can't say anything. But that's just such a strange like oxymoron to me.
Feel you there. I was watching Batman Under the Red Hood
Oh
today,
yeah.
Nice.
and the Fatal Five.
Mhm.
They remind me of, or that name reminds me of at least the Fearsome Hand of Four.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, this guy's a baller.
We'll see what happens, but I don't know. I always like DC animated movies. So.
It really can't be bad.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be fun, and it's kind of cool to get some new villains and some new heroes we haven't really seen focus on in animation. But it's still bringing about like a lot of the OGs. So Kevin Conroy's on board. Newman, the guy that plays Superman's on board.
George Newbern.
Newber, thank you. Same woman that always Susan Eisenberg, same one that always plays Wonder Woman and stuff. So we're gonna get a mix of new and old in that one. That should be kind of fun.
How was Michael Rosenbaum going to be the Flash?
I didn't see that one on
man,
there,
I hope so.
but hopefully,
that
right?
rounded out.
And I guess the last bit, I'll let you talk about the last bit of news, Paula. Mr. Luke Wilson. Tell us Luke Wilson news.
Oh.
Kind of cool stuff
Oh, yeah.
for the DC streaming service.
So Luke Wilson will be playing Pat Dugan, who's also known as Stripe, who wears the mechanized suit, playing the sidekick of Stargirl, who is his
Stargirl.
stepdaughter. And I like to think of his mech suit kind of like the Hulkbuster armor, because it's it's not like a huge robot, but it is like about 15 feet tall, that sort of thing. And
Big, yeah.
yeah, that's what I think. I thought about this a lot,
Uh-huh.
just the way the armor would look. And Jeff Johns, who is part of the show, I believe he's a producer and a writer.
Yeah, he's the showrunner
Yeah,
for
he's
the
a
whole thing.
showrunner,
Yeah.
Okay. He when Luke Wilson was casted, he was just elated, mainly because in 1996, after watching the movie Bottle Rocket, which is one of my all-time favorite movies,
Great movie.
after seeing that, he had wrote Luke as Pat Dugan for potentially for this role. So it's kind of like a lot of attraction, you write something down, and then hopefully, you keep thinking about it, be a good person. Later on, that shit comes true.
Mhm.
Well, this shit came true.
It's like The Secret. Yeah.
It's the secret. It's the LOA,
Hey, look at that.
What's the LOA?
the LOW. Never mind. Laws of
Okay.
attraction.
Laws of Attraction.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that makes sense.
not people.
This is kind of cool, man. Like it seems like this Stargirl show, they're putting a lot of work into. So I don't know. I'm like DC, they're taking the streaming service quite seriously.
Mhm.
Seems like it's already blowing up with the success of Titans, and then already people are loving
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Yeah, they got Doom Patrol happening.
Yeah,
It's gonna
with
be
that,
good.
their back catalog is fucking amazing. It's so cool to have access to all that stuff. So I really like, how DC's just going dick first, fully erect with this.
Oh
So
yeah,
it should be.
TFFB, bro. Yeah.
Titans is out.
It
on
absolutely
Netflix.
is how it should be, and it seems like a lot of people, or sometimes streaming services don't quite go balls deep, and they are going balls deep. Did you just say Titans is on Netflix?
Internationally.
Internationally,
Yeah.
but not here.
I
Well,
know, right?
that's because internationally they don't have the DC streaming service. Like that's only in America right now. It's not in Australia. It's not in Europe. It's not in a lot of places. So they released it in Netflix in lieu of that, so people can still watch it.
I still want it.
Mhm. Well, it's on Showbox, which we don't support. because we believe in paying for
Yes, we do. Moving on.
things. I got no more news, but I am kind of really excited for all this stuff that's happening on DC streaming service.
Me too.
So, before we move on, do you guys want to take a quick break, or do you just want to keep chugging along, pulling out your dicks?
I'm down to pull my dick out for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. we
All
do.
right. Well, we will be right back, and you won't even notice. Ow, my ear. I gotta go blow my nose. It's like super stuff.
Oh no.
That's mostly what it is.
Blow that nose.
that nose, blow that load. Blowing loads, blowing noses.
So
How you doing?
cool.
Cool.
You know what I forgot?
What's up?
We got to plug Will's friend.
We sure did.
So we might do like at the end or something.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah. Put it in there.
We'll go push the piss out.
Do it. How YouTubers? We'll be right back after these messages. After these messages, we'll be right back. Sometimes when we touch, the honesty is too much. And I know. Oh, silly. Silly stuff.
Doing the dips and hoping we don't get herpes.
Herpes. Yeah, he's awoken.
Just on Vic, we've got to plug Will's comedian friend.
Or we can do the end of the show.
Exactly.
Or we can do it, or we can make that our plug now, or for the middle for that break.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We'll do it at the end and then we'll plug it. We can do that in the break.
So yeah, we can do that. We'll just have that be our plug the next few podcasts until it gets on. So when we have a break, we'll just do that.
Yeah, because we won't actually go see him for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
let's do
down.
it.
I think that's a good
Cool.
idea, if I don't say so a month by itself. But I do say so because I'm saying it.
You want to pat on the back?
Oh, kind of actually, yeah. That would
You
be-
want to slap at the dick or
Want a little slap and pickle?
a little slap and medical?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, just a tip.
As long as it's like a little slap.
Just a light touch, you know.
You know, not like I don't want my dick slapped off.
Wow, man. cut that news down to a nice short amount of time. And I think we expanded even more than we should have.
Oh, absolutely right. Okay. All right. So, one of you guys want to bring this back? Bring this back. I guess Paul, you can bring this back.
Bringing it back.
Sure.
Then you can talk about the segment while I crack open the beer. If you want.
Sure.
Neat. All right. Let's bring this back in 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, Brew Crew. I really hope you enjoyed that advertisement. It was made especially for a person that we're going to have on the show.
Yeah. Named Luke.
Luke, yes, thank you. Thank you. I've met him once in my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how was it?
He is fucking hung.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is what Will told me, okay? I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, okay. And yeah,
Will
knows
told you
best.
that in
Yeah,
your
Will
dream
knows
or in real
best.
life?
Both.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's I got the dream.
Mm.
Heard rumors.
Just wanted to meet a man.
This is getting way off topic. All right, so our main topic today is about which particular Nickelodeon character we would be, which one we sort of relate to the most. So essentially, it's kind of like our favorite character when it comes down to it. And we all have different choices, and I think you all would really agree with our choices. But in between them, I really want to drink a beer.
Well, that's the only thing that seems reasonable, really. I mean, how else are you going to talk about your favorite childhood cartoons if you don't have a little healthy adult beverage in you? So this is our I Tap That beer. As always, if you're new to the show, since we are an Idaho-based podcast, once a week, or at least minimum once a week, we always have to highlight a beer from Idaho and decide if we tap that. That typically means if we would want to drink a whole keg of it one way or the other, rather at a party with friends, by ourselves, or sometimes even sexually, if we put our dicks in it or if we let it put its dick in us. Sometimes that happens. But this time, Sawtooth Brewery out of Haley, Idaho. This is called their Saw Brew 7, a hazy DEPA double IPA. It is their 7th anniversary ale.
Shout out to Mountain Christie,
Yeah.
Haley, Idaho.
8.5% ABV, 70 IBU. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly a hazy IPA.
Clearly a hazy. Paul and I had the opportunity to visit this brewery actually in Haley when we went to go see Mountain Christie.
How was it?
Very nice.
I like these guys. They usually have pretty dang good beer. What do we got on their website? Tell me.
And their website states, cheers to 7 years. Our 7th anniversary ale is a dank, juicy, hazy IPA, best drank fresh. No crystal ball would tell us what the brewery would look like on 11/11/11, or this beer style would even exist. Raise a glass or pour some out for your homies. Cheers.
All right. It says what? Availability late 2018. Available in 6-pack cans. Cool.
Cool beans.
Cool. What do we got on Untapped?
So, on tap, this is an 8.5% alcohol by volume, sitting at 70 IPUs, a little closer to the more bitter side. 3.68 is the average rating from 61 total rating, which is not a lot. However, this is a very limited release beer, so that makes sense. This beer was added on October 30th, 2018, just a couple months ago.
Man, this is definitely hazy and unfiltered, and I can see some particulates up in it.
Ooh, talking about that flocculation, right? Okay, just need a
Okay. Yeah, that was a large syllable word.
It was a large, multiple syllables.
All right, so we got a 3.68 rating. Up to what, 74? That's good.
Ooh. Takes you for a ride, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
It starts. How does it start out? I'm not. Starts out very familiar, and then it evolves into something very unique.
Well, it starts crisp, and then right in the middle, it's like surprise, and then when you try to swallow it, it just like claws it. It just hangs on.
Yeah. Yeah. After a drink, a sip,
Oh, it's heavy.
it's with me.
Everything just sounds sexual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hard.
Yeah, you were good, right?
Yeah, I heard your boner hit the table. Seriously.
That was it. That was only my boner on command.
Like flaccid, erect,
Flaccid.
flaccid.
Erect.
Oh, again, there's my dick.
Okay. Oh, Paul, what do you think about this beer?
I like it. I like it. Sawtooth hasn't really done me wrong for any of us wrong, I think.
No.
And it's kind of hard to find something that we dislike about this particular brewery.
True.
Everything you had noted, I completely agree with. It all just sounds sexual to me because I'm just in the mood right now.
Right. Just need to get late.
Yeah. He keeps looking at me longingly like he wants to do it, but you know he's not going to do it. You know he's not going to do it. Jeez. Overall, though, I want to give this beer a 3.75. I want to go back, have it on tap with our buddies, and just hang out.
So you would tap it.
I tap the fuck out of it.
All
Or
right.
he'll tap me.
You'll
or
tap
whatever
it.
happens out.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I gotta pull my shit together here. You know what? I would give this a 3.5. Drinkability is a little more difficult for me because it's at 8.5%, not super sessionable. But thinking about it, I would love to just continue to drink this beer all day. Maybe like 2 per hour. So yeah, I definitely tap it, but I'd spend some time on this tap with this keg.
I'm a little torn. Because I'm kind of over hazies. They almost, it's really hard to make a hazy IPA taste good consistently because it does seem like a beer that missed a step.
But it's like missing that step on purpose, right?
True. Which also gives them a pretty short shelf life though.
Mhm.
I say I would give this beer like a 3.25.
Okay.
Might be controversial. I don't think I would tap it.
You would not.
No.
Okay. That's fair. What's
No.
your reason?
It's too heavy.
Okay.
And it's not that it tastes unfiltered, it tastes raw.
You do not like the rock.
No.
Okay.
No. Sometimes I like it raw,
Yeah.
but not with my beer.
Yeah.
It's like not to just skip that filtration step, but almost like it wasn't boiled long enough.
Okay. Well, according to our own rules of the I Tap That segment, this beer would not get tapped because we must be in complete agreement.
Sorry, Sawtooth.
Sorry, Satu.
Still good beer. Still like Sawtooth.
Really enjoy it. Yeah.
Mhm. But gonna just move on to Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Paula, start us off.
I will. So my particular character, I think you guys would.
Are we
agree
just
with.
doing one? Or are we doing honorable mentions, or what do we?
Well,
We talk
per
about that.
our conversation before we started this, I actually forgot to do an HM.
Oh,
But, I mean, I can throw one out there if need be. I wasn't paying attention. That's why we're doing this live right now.
Okay,
I can throw one out there. Is that cool? I can throw one out there.
if you got
An
it.
HM?
Yeah.
Okay. My HM is oh damn, that guy's name. I'm gonna go with Danny Phantom.
I was gonna say Danny.
Mainly because you can't really go wrong with that theme song. Gotta keep them on, this is Danny Phantom.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
It is a good
And
song.
he's a superhero for crying out loud.
He is. He is.
He's a supernatural superhero. He's the modern day Ghostbuster.
Straight up. He is Spectre. Man.
And he has a cool black best friend with glasses.
Everybody needs one.
Everyone needs one.
This guy.
That guy.
But not everybody gets one.
Not everybody gets one. No.
You gotta be privileged in life. among the few.
I,
It's
dude,
that
I put
white
that
privilege.
application in. It took fucking almost a decade to get through. It's Idaho, right out loud.
We just don't give them out. That's what it is.
I worked on that shit. And the best one with the beard, which is not in the show.
Mhm.
But you know, he has a pretty strong. There's always a strong brewery guy that you kind of go to, kind of the goon, if you will. You're not a goon. You're a handsome man.
Not far off.
But overall, you know, what attracted me to the show and the character really is because he's a superhero, and it was so easily relatable as well because we love superheroes, and it just, you know, going with a teenager who's like 14 becoming a hero who needs to change the world is just, I think, something that as kids we kind of just aspire to. You know, it's kind of like, I want to be you. I
Yeah,
like what you're doing.
Yeah,
that is right. That's a good choice.
I like
I
that.
like that. What's your honorable mention here?
My HM for Nicktoons, some of my favorite, the one I relate to, I guess the second one, well, not even that, like it's pretty close with my main. I'm gonna go with Gerald from Hey Arnold. I think Gerald's fantastic. He, in a lot of ways, is like Arnold's conscience. A lot of times, this
It's
kid
North Compass.
is yeah. He points him in the right direction. This kid's got integrity. He's got honor. He sticks to his guns. He knows what's right. He's very he's very virtuous in a lot of ways, but he's just a very real kind of kid. And he's a kid like that reminded me of like this is the kind of kid I want to be when I was growing up. So for a lot of reasons, I sort of looked up to this particular character in a lot of ways, and I don't know, just felt very akin to him. So
You're bold, Vic.
thank you. You're bold, Arnold. You're bold. Like he knows, like that statement true is very true of him. Like you're not really supposed to rock the boat, but he likes that he does that because I think he understands that Arnold's in a very different position than he's in, and he's allowed to do that. I'm talking about Gracie. Kind of works out that way. But yeah, no, I really do.
So my honorable mention, great choice, easy dubs, both of you. I'm actually gonna switch it up a little bit here and be a lady. Ooh, it's Eliza Thornberry.
Ooh,
I knew.
The Wild Thornberry.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
yeah.
Okay, very nice choice.
Because I love it, because I have a serious deep love for animals, and I've always kind of wanted to be a wild animal person. But things about this show that I really like, besides that, kind of her adventures being the outcast, talking to her animal friend and stuff, just being a super cute show. Like, if you think of it, Eliza was voiced by Lacey Chabert. Gorgeous, but she was the first Meg before it was all, what I just space on her name.
Mila Kunis.
Mia, Mia
Yeah.
Kunis. On there, can't believe she
Family
missed
Guy,
out like
yeah.
that. You know, the parents, you had Nigel and Marianne, but Nigel was voiced by Tim fucking Curry. So the dad was Tim Curry,
That's awesome.
and then Donnie, the little wild boy that ran around with him that didn't speak English, was voiced by Flea, the bassist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No
So,
way.
I'm just saying, from a voice cast standpoint, the people that was in that, I also really, really love that about the show.
Awesome. Rad, man. Very cool.
Yeah. Way to be, way to be. I like that show.
I love that show.
Good show.
It was so good. They had the Wild Thornberries movie on Netflix for a while, but not the actual show, sadly.
Oh,
And then there was this hot minute a few years ago where on Hulu, they had like all the old Nicktoons. So you could get some Doug, some Hey Arnold, All Real Monsters, Cat Dog, all these old great Cow and Chicken, Rocco's Modern World. They were like all on there for like I feel it was like 3 weeks, and then something happened that they were all gone.
oh
It was a
man.
great 3 weeks.
I missed that 3 weeks. God damn it.
Right?
God damn it.
I want
I-
to back.
I missed it. I didn't even know.
Oh, this was years ago.
Now my dick hurts.
Yeah.
Pain.
Segway?
Segway.
Segway.
Should we go to our main character?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I was gonna say I was trying to power through the spear, but it is thick. It's rough to get down.
That's why I was like, maybe one
Which
or
is
two
again
per
why
hour.
I wouldn't tap it, is because it's and then polish this other stuff.
Yeah, because that's how he rolls. It's the iron rod.
The iron rod. Can't stop that iron rod.
Can't stop that iron rod.
Which is my wrestling name. Is that
Oh
right?
yeah, you told
Oh,
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're the iron rod.
Cambodian iron rod.
Who was Hard Rod?
Me?
You,
Yeah.
okay. And what was the other one, like Itchy Larry or something?
What was it?
I don't
I
remember.
don't know.
Yeah.
Soft Larry,
Soft Larry.
Hard Ron, and Soft Larry.
I thought I was hard Ron.
Flaccid Phil.
Oh,
Yeah, go and check out our wrestling names episode. I'm not sure what number that is.
neither am I, but it's there somewhere.
It's there. We've done 50 episodes at this
Yeah.
point.
It's starting to get lost in the shuffle.
It's fair.
It's true. Harry Sherman. No, that's like an actual name.
The
That's
Sherman
a bad
Acre.
name. Yeah.
Sean Sherman. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Let's move on. So let's go to our mains. Jerry, do you want to start us off?
Oh yeah, I could definitely start us off. I don't mind that, and I loved your honorable mention because it segues perfectly into my main,
Oh.
which is Arnold
Nice.
from Hey
Hey,
Arnold.
Arnold.
Because I love that show, and I mean a lot of it. What you said, I loved Arnold because ultimately he has a heart of gold, but sometimes he's selfish and a little blindsided to those around him. And then when he realizes it, though, he always grows from it. You know, always kind of wants the best for himself and his friends around him. Kind of some mystery in his childhood, what happened to get him where he is, living with his grandparents and stuff instead of his actual parents. So I can relate to that too. But he's kind of a sweetheart, sometimes a dickhead on accident, and then always just tries to better himself because of it. And it's just a fun, adorable show. A lot of great side characters in it too. That was one thing I think that I liked so much about Nickelodeon. I think over even Cartoon Network and Disney was whenever you had a lot of shows like this, all the ones we've mentioned, and I know that you guys are about to mention, even though the show may have been Hey Arnold, it wasn't just about Arnold. You know, there was Gerald in it. You had Helga Pataki and sometimes pure Helga episodes. Then you had Harold, the big chubby guy that was kind of a bully but also a sweetheart. Episodes around him. Eugene, the little nerdy guy. So they all had individual characters with a lot of heart in them, and they were all voiced by kids too. They weren't voiced by adults or anything like that. So you had kids of the similar age kind of going through the same thing that brought a lot of extra feels and emotion to it. So I really love that. Plus, also fun fact, because of, you know, I love voice casts. Speaking of voice casts, since we re-uploaded all of our episodes, go back and check out our bonus on our favorite voice cast actors. But Grandpa, who's Arnold's grandpa, and this is so great, is voiced by Dan Castellaneta, easy for you to say, aka Homer fucking Simpson. So Arnold's grandpa and Homer Simpson, same guy.
Wow. Noise.
I honestly did not know that until I was
super
looking
cool,
this
man.
up, and I was going through the cast, and it of course had the. I was like, "What? Homer is fucking grandpa? I love that." And now I kind of want to go back and watch another episode because I've been watching a lot of Simpsons and see if I can hear any Dan and Grandpa because they sound obviously wildly different
Oh, yeah.
characters.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, fun fact.
You know, and Arnold was such a man to people. You know, he brought Stu Kid back into the mix. He got fucking Pigeon Man coming in and shit. People thought were outcasts. And he's like, no, they're cool people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that was the thing. Like Arnold worked for understanding. So when he began to understand a person who other people like cast out or like, you know, took like just sent away, he was like, why is this person there? Like, and he worked for it. And then by the end of the episode, you figure out that like, oh man, this person's just like you and me. They just had some crazy life event that happened that sort of reformed the way that they approach things. And Arnold brought him back into the fold. He's great.
He's great. Yeah.
Love Arnold.
He's bold.
Arnold,
show.
you're bold. I love that we have that sort of a King Bees name to you.
Oh yeah.
It's very nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, what do you got, bro?
Also, like, should probably go to the doctor by his head shape.
Him and Stewie, they've got to be distant cousins.
Oh my
somehow,
god. Oh my
right?
god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stewie had to be drawn an image of Arnold, except he's in somehow like the evil Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Arnold had that fucking the best bedroom ever.
Right? The coolest
I
bedroom.
wanted that so bad.
It was super dope.
It was like a studio.
Like it was nicer than every other apartment in their little building that they lived in.
Yeah,
with
that
the
kid,
old
kid knew how to
Italian
live,
and-
man. He was
Yeah,
comfortable. Like he's like, I like this. I like it.
those shows are fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like going back. I'm trying to remember any specific jokes, but I can't. But especially with the grandma and grandpa, just a lot of the great humor that only your parents caught that you didn't catch until you went and rewatched it a
Later.
few years later.
Oh, dude, the episode where Helga wanted to get the snow boots and Arnold was looking for those. Him and Mr. Wynn were looking for those boots for his daughter.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
And then when Helga got the boots from her mom, you heard the song "Das Baloney." Like that's been stuck in my head for fucking 12 years, 15
Nels
years.
Spumoni,
Yeah.
man. Straight up.
She's
Frank
dancing in the
Sinatra.
snow.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's great, man.
All right, so my particular character, my Nickelodeon character that I think I relate to the most is he's a dreamer. He gets lost easily in his own head. He's a little overly sensitive sometimes. Uh, he likes to draw comics, and he has a large collection of sweater vests. My character is Douglas Yancey Funny.
I mean,
Nice.
honestly, this
That's
is one
funny, dude.
with I think just a little bit anybody can know about all of our personalities. If we told the brew crew and just all of our friends, all of our family, that we were doing, our own Nickelodeon characters and who we could most relate to, the one that people would get with the most amount of accuracy would be Paula as Doug. I think, like, overwhelmingly in all the right positive ways, because it's absolutely great, but it's such an obvious choice to me that you would do that
I
one.
actually really tried to stray away from Doug,
But you
I
can't. You
couldn't.
can't.
Yeah, I just couldn't. We're too alike. And much like Hey Arnold, it has a great theme song.
Oh yes, I would say, God, between the two, they're both pretty great, but I have to slightly give the edge to Doug.
Oh yeah.
It gets stuck in your head way more.
God, just the acapella, yeah, it's fantastic.
Fucking Helga's just yelling at Arnold during the entire fucking theme song, Yeah.
Football head.
Dun, 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 dun. Which the jazz, I'm gonna go back for a second. The jazz in Hey Arnold was great.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Jazz, yeah, it was
fantastic.
amazing.
All day.
But with Hey Arnold, we had that theme song, we got the fucking beats, which,
You mean Doug?
yes. With Doug, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Mhm.
With Doug, we get the beats.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, banging on a track.
Killer Tofu. Well, actually, being on a track channel was actually
There,
made by
there,
yeah,
Doug
Doug,
Skeeter.
not there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was just my whole point. I didn't think just the music in Doug as a whole. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Of these fictional bands we don't know anything about. We get like these 2-second clips and we're just like, it's stuck in your goddamn head forever now. Killer Tofu.
Killer Tofu.
Killer Tofu.
E-I-E-I.
Well, and again,
Yeah.
back to the same point that I made kind of with Hey Arnold, right? But amazing side characters. Talk about Skeeter, Panty Mayonnaise, Pork Chop, even,
Oh, yeah,
the
Pork Chop.
twins,
Oh,
the
yeah.
neighbor, what's his neighbor's name? The inventor guy.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Dick.
He was great too, just
Mhm.
again, all these like genuine characters, side characters built around it. They weren't just throwaways, they really meant something.
Mhm.
And I would say, Doug was, really the precursor to Hey Arnold. They needed something to update, they needed something a bit more hip, because Hey Arnold was in like an urban sprawl, New York, whatever, and Doug was more like in a small town
Suburban,
city.
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. That's a really good point. I never thought about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about that a lot.
For sure, man. Yeah.
Because we needed it. We needed it for that time.
True.
Absolutely.
Well, that's where a lot of people were living at the time. Yeah. Made a lot of
Exactly, yeah.
sense.
And we needed something. Well, when Doug ended, we definitely needed something similar to Doug, but in its own right, different and respectable as well.
Mhm.
I will say, and I felt fucking what happened to Doug after he went to ABC? I don't know
We went to junior
why,
high.
or like why they got bought out or switched rights or what happened, but like they changed the color of like slightly changed the color palette for rights and stuff. Like the song changed a little bit and it just went downhill so
That's when
fucking
Disney bought
hard.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then put it on ABC.
Yeah.
Remember they were
Yeah,
just the
it
shit.
was like when the Rugrats became teenagers. It was just all weird. It was just all weird.
Yeah.
But coming back to like why I love Doug, obviously I have a large collection of sweater vests. I love drawing comics, so that really helps out as well. Like Doug really helped me come out of my mold as an artist. Really, it's like this kid draws. I fucking love drawing. He didn't give a fuck what people think about him. He's just doing him.
Well, man.
Quillman was the best. Him and Quill Dog. and
Yeah.
I don't know, Doug's inability to like hit on the girl he likes. I totally relate to that. And he's like the original nice guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, I think Doug also invented the friend zone. I kind of do.
You're totally right, man.
But he was so normal. He wasn't the smartest. He was a little neurotic, but he dreamed big. You know, he just made you just reach for your imagination and take what you can from it. And pork chop, yes, he is my spirit animal.
And again, but Doug was also genuinely a sweet, adorable, good human being that just wanted to do his best.
Exactly.
You know, he didn't want to do anybody harm. He wanted to go out of his way to help others, not hurt others. Righted his own wrongs because he kind of made some accidental asshole mistakes sometimes too that we all do when we're kids.
Hey, man.
But how important it is to learn from it, and that's one thing I really love about him.
And with that transition period, you know,
Mhm.
he was like,
Yeah.
what,
Yeah, because he's
11, 12, 13-ish.
right around there.
Yeah.
That's always kind of thought like fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade, right when you're really kind of starting to mature and try and figure out who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, he only had like what was like 5 strands of hair.
right.
Or whatever it was they all did in the fucking series.
Yeah, he worked it.
Right. I
He
love
worked
like
it.
just the weird skin tone animations on there. Like you just got green neighbors and blue neighbors and white neighbors.
Right. Yeah, you know Skeeter was black, but it was
Skeeter
blue on the
blue.
show. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? I know you're black, but
Right.
you're not.
Well, I guess before we get to Vic's, we're out of beer.
We
You
are.
guys got anything else to say about Doug before we move on?
Fantastic show. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Get into it.
And it was almost, Doug was almost kind of like the PG version of Daria.
That's a great way to
Like
put it.
by now. Yeah.
Yeah. God, Daria's fucking great too.
Daria's
I love
amazing,
that show.
yeah.
I absolutely love that show. Well, let's drink another beer. Gonna finish off with a little bit of Lagunitas up in us. Citra Hop Mega Ale of intergalactic proportions. We talking about the Super Cluster Ale. That's fun.
That is fun. I like that.
I don't know what the ABV is, doesn't say on the can, but it has kind of a cool white, or it's a white look, has kind of a cool matte finish to it. Huh, what does it sound again? You are here on a speck of dust, 3 tiny rocks from the source. At the edge of something much larger, in the middle of something else, at the beginning of the end. It's a lot to wrap your head around. So take it in one gulp at a time. Life is uncertain. Supercluster is a citra hopped mega ale of galactic proportions. Everything we've learned about making hop forward beer. Pale, cold, slightly alcoholic, but then the slightly is crossed out, and bitter. Call us sometime. Oh, you should call him right now on the podcast. Let's leave him a message.
I'm okay with that.
707-769-4495.
Awesome. Phone's over
Oh,
there.
your phone's over there. I guess we can
Mhm.
call him. My phone is right here. What do you got on Untapped or their website that I didn't just say on the can?
Well, yeah, basically that. This is an 8% alcohol by volume. It has an original grab of 1.073, whatever that means. And they have 60 IBUs slated for this. Untapped has this at an average rating of 3.9, so
Wow.
well rated. It has 52,690 total check-ins. It was added on June 13th of 2018, so it's a very popular beer.
Wow, that many check-ins in a year and a half. That is a lot.
Oh, we're talking about, yeah. the
Oh,
last
excuse me,
7
6 months.
Yeah.
7 months. Wow, I was way overshooting that by 3 times. Wow, that is a
Yeah.
lot in 6 months. I'm sorry.
It's tough, yeah. And their 3.9 rating
And
was
sitting at almost
derived
a 4 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from 41,000 check-ins in 7 months. It's
41,982 ratings. Wow.
yeah,
7 months, and they're sitting at a 3.9.
yeah.
That's crazy. Well, what do we think about it? Smell it, drink it, put your dick in it.
We don't want root beer floats.
Don't we? Ooh, that smells good. It does. You can definitely smell the citrus in it. A little danky.
Oh yeah, danky. I definitely get that citra hop aspect to it. Yeah, very gold color to the beer. I like it. Almost.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, deceptively light and gold
Mhm.
for an 8% IPA.
Yes. Wow, I dig it.
Nice moderate effervescence, bubbles and stuff in there. What'd you pay for this bad boy, Paul?
This one's like $1.75 as well.
Again, that's it.
Really?
Dang. We got some well-priced beers on the show tonight. Like across the board, they were all priced pretty well and pretty tasty. I can get behind that. I can see why this is a 3.9. I will give this beer a 4.25. That price, this ABV, this sippability, well done, Lagunitas. Well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4 even myself. This is very nice. This is well, the price point's nice. It just it tastes ends clean, finishes clean. I really enjoy it.
Yes, overall a really good beer. I is sitting at 8%. That's why I really like my beers around at least a 7 and above. Maybe 6.5 and above. But and with a $1.75, it's just
That's super well priced.
It's
I mean,
super well
granted,
priced.
Lagunitas is one of those massive companies that can price their beer lower because they're 50% owned by Heineken. And so they get worldwide distribution rights there. Fun facts. That's why you see them all over the country too. But it also makes it to where you can scale your beer way up and not have to charge massive amounts.
Mm-hmm.
You know when
I'm not mad at that. It's not like one of those like, oh, you're not a craft beer. Well, I mean, because good beer is good beer, right? As long as you're not like a sellout and a dick about it. That's where I'm at. These guys, I don't think are sellouts or dicks. I like their style. I like their labeling. I like their taste. So I fuck with Lagunitas is what I'm saying.
Good. You know, maybe Facebook them or something.
Right. They do have their number on the can. They're
Oh
open
my
for it.
God, there is. Yeah, now we have like a way to reach out. When I was going on tap looking to see if you guys had this beer, you guys didn't.
Nope.
But the rest of our friends had on Untappd.
Oh, really?
So I'm going through just pages of people who fucking drank this.
We've
already,
almost
like,
got
looking
more
at you
Untappd
guys.
friends than followers. That's almost one of those reasons I stopped like checking things in is because it got to the point where like 27 people would like every beer that I checked in. So my phone would just always go off. And I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So I just stopped checking in beers. But maybe I'll turn it around. New year, new me, new check-ins. That was so dumb.
No, man, that's fucking inspiring.
Inspiring.
I'm looking at you and thinking to myself, fuck you.
You thought that before I said it.
I thought that before the podcast.
Yeah, you're gonna think it after.
The first time I saw you, sophomore year in high school.
Yep.
Thought to myself, I fucked that
I
guy.
fucked that guy, and then he did. In the bathroom, in the math hallway. I read 502.
You remember that day, so
It was a special day.
yeah.
It was a special day. That's the beginning of our friendship. I was seeing some girl, I can't remember. But then I saw him,
Like, you know what?
And
and he
everything
just
changed.
glowed.
Oh man, with my shaggy hair and possibly leather pants.
Goddamn, dude. Yeah?
Yeah.
I had yellow pants, so it's totally fine.
A little Bruce Lee style,
Oh man, they're like parachute almost.
huh? Jealous, really want
I mean, the brown person has it. I'll see if I can find it for you, and I'll
Yeah.
give it to the black person.
I would love it.
You'd
Yeah,
probably be the only one that could still wear it. You
Probably.
could wear our clothes from high school.
probably.
You want my puka shell necklaces too?
Keep
No,
those.
no.
Yeah, you
No.
You,
Paula did have a lot of poop show
Yeah,
necklaces.
No,
I
you
recall.
can take them.
I recall. Yeah.
I also have a lot of unused condoms.
Well, I feel like
lot of them, but they somehow expired.
yeah, that's more of a danger than safety issue. Yeah.
There's like a nostalgic factor, like some guy on eBay is like, yeah, 2004.
Some things just don't translate in time.
No, and I think yeah, exactly. What do you rate the beer, Paula?
Oh, 4.0.
Nice.
I thought I
across
rated
the
it too.
board.
It might be.
Did he? Did I just?
We
not
all
think
did.
it? No.
Yeah, we all
Okay.
did.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, we're there now.
I don't think you rated it, Paula.
You
I did now.
You did just
Yeah,
now.
when
Well,
you
yeah,
asked me.
okay. Sorry, I thought you were like, oh, you rated it, bro. Why aren't you paying attention? I'm like, "Dude, I'm just
No, I use that attitude a lot. Though, so I get it.
All right, well, finish us up, Vic. Tell us about your favorite Nickelodeon character that you relate to the most.
Man, my favorite Nicktoon. I don't know if I relate to him a huge deal, but I do have an incredible amount of appreciation for this character. This character has control over the elements: fire, wind, water, and earth. And I really appreciate that. I've always really connected to the elements in a lot of the ways. I'm talking about Aang, the last airbender. I like this. I like him a lot. For this particular character, I relate to him because he really is the embodiment of peace and order. And those are a lot of things that I strive for in my life. Not knowing how I've been working towards those levels that I'm at currently. But as I've been journeying through life, those are the things that have been really important in my life a lot. And I really enjoy it. So, and he began his life as an air nomad, and I really appreciate that because I really enjoy flying a lot, and I've actually taken a lot of flying lessons, and I've just really gravitated toward the sky. And this character, Aang, he's always been in the sky. He's been flying a lot. He's very wispy and very energetic, and those are a lot of things that I felt in a lot of my life. And just sort of understanding his curiosity about other elements about Earth and trying to master something he can't work on. He doesn't know a lot about like water. He just works toward it. He's like, I don't know about that, but I know that I need to. I'm going to strive to continue to learn more things about that until eventually I can master that. And it just, to me, it's sort of it's this quest for knowledge. And I've been to school for a long time, just wanting to learn more, do more, experience more, and be able to understand more about the world and people around me. So that's sort of this character for me. He strives to know more about people because he wants to bring peace to the world through his knowledge. And for me, that's kind of I do that a lot. I want to share everything that I know so that I can increase understanding, so that I can increase everybody's knowledge, so that there's not as much conflict and we can understand more about each other instead of fighting with each other. So on that grand scale of things, that's sort of why I appreciate Aang, the Last Airbender, a lot of the time. Plus, he's a kid born out of time. I mean, we've talked about this before, like musically wise. Like,
Mhm.
I know you like we feel like we were born in a different time.
Absolutely,
Jerry, like, 'cause
absolutely.
our love of music, and like that's sort of this character as well. He's just a man at a time, essentially. So yeah,
He chose a different path.
he chose it.
Yeah, he didn't follow the right path. I won't say the right, the traditional path of all the other avatars.
He didn't. No, yeah, he walked his own path.
He did. He did.
And that's important because well a lot of the time too like and that's a lot of the reason why I gravitate towards him as well is because he had a lineage or a way that he was supposed to do things, and a lot of my family has told me in my life like this is who you're like, this is the person that you're like, even though you're not meaning to be. And I'm like, no, that's not me. I'm trying to walk my own path. I'm gonna make my own choices. I'm gonna do what I want. And it's just understanding like your history, but knowing there's a different way to do something and doing that way, trying it. So yeah, that would be me, man.
I like that. I can dig it. I've never seen a single episode of The Avatar.
Ah,
Right? Isn't
Wow.
that nuts?
yes.
But I can totally dig it, and I respect that. And from that way, I cool. Yeah.
Well, it was such a huge leap for Nickelodeon because it was really their first, essentially anime.
Anime, right?
It was,
You
you're
know,
right.
and they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what was happening. A lot of people thought they had a god complex, but it really wasn't. It was about the story,
It was, yeah.
and kids just fucking watch it.
Oh,
It's
mean,
told
it is.
so well.
I don't know how that. I honestly never even heard of The Last Airbender until M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Which shouldn't be your first.
That should not,
That
no.
should not
Right.
be your
That
first.
But
movie
no,
was
like
not
it wasn't that I
just-
wasn't exposed to it. I'd never even heard of it.
Mhm.
No. I can remember like, and I watched it mostly as an adult too. I can remember Paul and I like watching it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just like, oh man, the Airbenders on. We're like, all right, cool. Just going through each book, man. Book 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, this kid came
Nice.
to full fruition of all of
Because
his
Aang's
power.
like 10 to 11 years old
yeah,
with the weight of the world on his shoulders.
yeah, man. Kid has the world's responsibility.
Yeah, this is one that I'm super curious, and I almost wish we would have put out some feedback from the Brew Crew, but maybe we will afterwards to see who their favorite Nickelodeon characters were, or who they most related to, because I'm sure we would get some weird answers.
Oh, yeah.
I could just see someone randomly throwing out like Cat Dog or one of the
I was ready for like
Real
Ren and
Monsters,
Stimpy,
Ren and Stimpy, exactly, or
Rocket Power.
oh god, I forgot about Rocket Power.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I was gonna say with voice actors, I totally forgot to bring up that Doug was Billy West.
Oh no, I heard it. Yeah, I was thinking about it, I was like, that's silly.
Can't believe I didn't bring that up. Billy West, aka half of Futurama. You know, Fry, Professor Farnsworth, many other characters. Skeets.
Skeets. I was about to say.
If you don't know Skeets, it's your fucking fault. But yeah, let us know your favorite Nicktoons. Which ones we missed. What you thought. if we should do one based on Cartoon Network, because I think that's right around the corner. That one could be a lot of fun too. I don't
Let us know if you miss Will. You probably don't.
know.
I'm just kidding. I miss Will.
You know, I think he's right, getting there, right around the corner, getting healthy. Speaking of Will, his friend, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Before we kind of finalize, and I'm sure after listening to that ad, you heard it, but let's bring it up again real quick. He's got a friend from, I don't know, a while ago, but he's doing some stand up and he's actually kind of kicking ass at it. He's going to be here in Boise. Let me pull it up and get these actual dates here at Liquid Laughs downtown, which is a fun little venue.
Yeah, January 24th through the 27th.
Thank you.
And we'll actually have him on the show that Sunday night.
Yep. Luke Severy.
Luke Severed. You can follow him at Luke Severed on Twitter and look at his YouTube channel, Luke Severed.
Yeah, let's spell that for you. Well, of course, first name Luke, Look. Just kidding. That's not how you spell it. Luke. Last name Severeid. So check him out. He's pretty funny. You can check him out at Liquid Laughs, Boise, 24th to the 27th of this month, January, and look forward to him on our podcast here in a few weeks.
Yeah, we plan to go out and see him, and we hope you do as well.
Yeah, we'll make sure you say hi to us. What have you guys been doing, watching, reading, playing, jerking it to?
You're looking at me for jerking it to?
Yeah.
Because everything.
Everything.
I mean, come on.
God, you live a very intense life, sir.
Everything triggers me sexually. Well, I told you guys before we started this, I had watched the autopsy of Jane Doe with Emil Hirsch and Brian Cox.
Nice.
It's a horror film that I think is really told well. It doesn't linger.
When did this come out?
2017, I believe.
Oh, it's cool. I didn't know Emil Hirsch was still getting work.
2017. God, he's one of my fave actors. I love fucking Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. No, he's great. You know, I mean, in a lot of things, but I just haven't seen him in quite a while.
And as a horror movie, it just flows really well. It goes really quickly. You're not bored. And those two are just such great actors that you don't feel the need to fill your mind with like what's going to happen next, like what's going to jump at you, because it really doesn't happen that way anyway. It's a unique horror movie, and I think people would enjoy it. It's on Netflix.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Awesome.
I've the movie that I'm appreciative of. I watched the movie Sorry to Bother You in the last little bit, and I really enjoyed that movie a lot. It takes you on a journey. It starts off kind of slow, and then it just grabs hold of you and transforms you. It's fantastic. I really recommend it. It's currently on Hulu right now.
Nice. I don't know. Randomly the other night I rewatched Ted 2.
Mhm.
That movie cracked me the fuck up. It's so good. There's some weird things about it, but as a whole, that movie's so funny. Rewatched Age of Ultron also, which has been a while, which I usually say is one of my least favorite Marvel movies, number 2, behind Iron Man 3. There are a lot of things about the movie that I do really, really like, but I stand behind it. Ultron sucked. I just don't care for him as a villain. Just can't relate. But Hawkeye kicks ass in that one.
He does.
He does.
Kicks ass.
I like Age of Ultron. It doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm. Really, I cannot get behind Ultron. Just did not care for him as a villain. Just didn't do it for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's it. Got a few videos I'm working on editing, so hopefully I'll have up a few more here soon. By the next time we talk, hopefully at least 2 of them out, because I think I'm actually gonna start having a little bit more free time to edit some videos. So yay!
Hooray!
But that's pretty much it. That's the life of Jerry right now.
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Glad to be back in Boise on the weekends. Missed you guys.
Dave, miss you too.
Make sure you follow us on all things social media, especially Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, because I think that's all we're on. So that's pretty much it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know your favorite Nicktoons and just suggest some beers for us to drink on future episodes. I think that's all I got. You guys got anything else for the wonderful brew crew?
Tag us. I guess tag us on absolutely everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Share us and all the things. Get better, Will. Hopefully you'll be back on soon. Until next time, I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Dick.
Cheers.
Let's do the bumper too. I gotta pee as well. I'm just gonna leave that on. Oh, that's right. We got these. This is for Jess. The ones that.
I figured I'd just savor some of that rosé. If there's anything left in the other ones, drink it up if you want.
I love to have a hot tub. I only want a hot tub if it's a time machine.
What'd you say?
You don't want a hot tub in the time machine. Okay.
So who wants to do the read the spiel for Will's friend?
I mean, honestly, if you wanted, we could each record one. Because we're gonna have what, this episode? Oh, I guess just this one and one more. So it doesn't matter. Ooh.
Yeah. We have Jerry do this one. I can do another one. There's one though. We can look up some beer facts or like some.
I wasn't gonna say
facts.
exactly that. I think that would be such a fun idea. This is brought to you by this beer facts. This week's beer fact is brought to you by comic book, whatever it may be. TV movie facts. Did you not want to set a blah 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 movie, blah 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 blah, whatever it may have to be? So you can even just Google that, fun movie fact, fun beer facts, fun pop culture fact, and we'll fucking go along and do 10 or 15 bumpers of just that, right?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, honestly. We got the energy. Since that was a relatively short